So hey y'all, I am back with a new segment, I guess you can say. I don't even know what I'm gonna call this yet. This is basically like, instead of a Chioma chats, this is probably like candid chats or the Chioma chat room or a Dear Diary or whatever. So you guys know, I've complained about YouTube and the platform and how it's just not fun for me anymore like it used to be. And I feel like I can't be expressive and creative. I also see a lot of like celebrities or people in the media, influencers who have made similar comments to say like social media, my bad, to say that social media used to be fun, how you could kind of just joke around, you could be sarcastic, you could say all these different things without people literally trying to make think pieces out of everything you say. And it's kind of slightly hypocritical or ironic because I make think pieces out of the things that people say, but I don't think it's done with the intent to like harm, shame, or make somebody feel bad about themselves unless they did something that is like nefarious, like maybe P. Diddy or old tweets that come up of people, things like that. But I don't know. I just wanted to have like a candid conversation. I don't know where I'm going with this, y'all. I have no notes. I have no script, no nothing. But I'm going to also be doing my makeup because I'm like, people have been asking me for my makeup routine and things like that. So this is me barefaced. Yes, I do have my eyebrows already done because it just takes too long and I can't look and talk while I do my eyebrows. It just has to be boom, boom, boom. I didn't fade them in the center yet. I'll wait. And I do have lash extensions. Shout out to my lash tech here in Atlanta. She's based in Decatur, Georgia. Her Instagram is Lashanova. Shout out to my girl. She did a wonderful job. I have like curly lashes, like 4C lashes, if you will, or I guess they call them DD, triple D, double D, something like that. And my lashes, I could never get lash extensions because I could never find a lash tech that could make them look natural, not too bulky, still give me like, you know, that cat eye look, but also give me spaces in between my lashes because I don't like just a whole bunch of lashes on my eyes. Like I have big eyes and they're kind of beady. Okay, so nobody wants to just have lashes. And every lash tech I would go to, they would always just put a whole bunch of lashes like in every single corner, like give me no variation of anything. But I found someone who I like and I will definitely be going back to her. And I also will have a feature of her in one of my upcoming videos, as well as the stylist that did my braids. These are boho braids with boho ends. Love my hair, love my lashes, and I'll also have a feature for my hairstylist. Her name is Ebony and her Instagram is EBK Hair. Love it, love it, love it. Someone even asked for a tutorial on how I do my ponytail. I can do that, or was it the bun? I'll do that eventually, but let me just talk. So I don't know. I just feel like YouTube is not like a fun experience for me like it used to be. I'm using the Clinique foundation. This is WN118 Amber. We're entering into the fall. My skin shade is going to be changing. I already know what's coming. But my summer shade that I had been using, I was using the House Labs. This is in the shade Medium Deep Cool 470. I found this shade to be very, it was pretty good. I feel like I might be a little bit more warmer than it, but to be honest, it was a good shade for me for the most part. But I do think I like to have more of like a darker foundation and then I brighten it up with the highlighter and stuff. But I'll probably just do a little dollop of this. But my main shade that I usually use, hold on 1 second, my man is calling. Hello. Okay. But yeah, I know my shade is literally in the midst of changing and I just smeared this. So I'm just gonna do a mix of both because in the next month or so, I'm probably just gonna have to go with one shade. Y'all know who it is, but to be a black girl, I swear it's so different. I mean, everybody's skin shade can change, but I feel like for black girls, like we change a lot. And I like to use a little stippling brush to stipple it out. And then we're gonna go to work. So this is it here. We're just going to blend it in. And I definitely still have primer down here. Just ignore that. It's going to get blended and blended to my neck. So yeah, I don't know. I just feel like YouTube is just not that fun. And the reason why I've been kind of complaining a lot is for no other reason other than the fact that the money factor doesn't make any sense to me. Like I have not been the most consistent because my life has been lifing. As y'all know, I just did a pageant and that took up months of my life. And I'm so grateful for the experience and also very grateful to take home a title. Like I was not expecting to win. I'm not gonna lie. I'm happy that I got the experience because it made me realize what's more important for me at this stage in my life, which is being impactful in ways outside of this platform. from. Of course, I'm grateful for YouTube. It's where people know me from. It's where I got my start. It's how people have connected with me for over a decade. Hold on, he's calling back again. Okay, sorry y'all, that was like a break. But of course, I'm grateful for YouTube because it's where people know me. And I've been on here for a while. But one thing the pageant did make me realize is that there's a multitude of ways to be impactful. And I feel like I am impactful on YouTube in a certain space, but there's so much more that I want to do. Like, I started off doing beauty, hence why I'm doing my makeup. Then I transitioned into like beauty slash vlogs. Then I did like beauty slash vlog slash girl talk. Then it was beauty slash vlog slash girl talk that transitioned into commentary, and I stuck with commentary. I'm not gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. I think my foundation dried while I was waiting and talking to me. Re-up. I wish I never took away the beauty aspect. Like, I really feel like I'm a super baddie. So, you know, I like the fact that I can be creative. Like, I was always doing hair. I was getting sponsorships for that. I haven't done a hair sponsorship in years. It's like they don't even want to work with me anymore because other people are more hyper fixated on the hair aspect, and I just stopped doing it. When it comes to makeup, when it comes to hair, when it comes to just being creative, like, I was always about that. Like, all through high school, if you knew me, it was always about what I was wearing, what lipstick color, all these different things. It was always about that. So like the fact that I kind of like let go of some aspects that are really important to me, like I'm like the ultimate girly girl. I care about looking good, speaking well, being impactful, being a philanthropist in certain ways, things like that. And the pageant kind of gave me like this resurgence of, remember when you had this like full package aspect of yourself? Remember when you showed up looking good, hair, makeup, everything? So lately, throughout this last like few months, I've gotten back on camera. I bought a new camera this summer. I was like, I want to film the majority of my videos back on camera because that is exactly who I was. Like in the beginning, I was like, I hate podcasts. Like when I used to click on people's videos and it was a podcast, I would literally X out back in the day. And I know podcasts are a little bit like more popular these days. I like to be on camera. Like I feel like I like to edit, see my face. It's actually even easier to edit a video on camera. Now, quick side note, makeup wise, do y'all match y'all foundation to your neck or to your chest? Like, where do you match your foundation? Because I feel like my face is like, I have such big features and like everything in my face sticks out, that the next part about me that sticks out is my chest. So I feel like I try to match it to chest and not as much my neck. You know, I know people are different. So what do y'all do? Let me know. But yeah, going back to even that money aspect, I got a cash prize. I won $2,500 to be in this pageant. And the pageant was, you know, beauty. It was about beauty, of course. It's a beauty pageant, but it was also about your poise, your confidence, how well spoken you are. It was about all these different things. And different things. That's the inside joke between me and my pageant sisters. Different things. But it was about all these different things. And it made me remember that there's so much more than just sitting behind the camera and talking about some of these topics that deep down inside don't really matter to me. Like, do you guys think I wake up and I care about celebrities? No, like I don't. There's so many other things that matter that we deal with as women. Of course, I cover those topics on YouTube, but I just loved the experience. Like when I got there, it was hectic. Don't get me wrong. There was a lot of things I didn't like. But overall, I'm like, I love the experience of being able to wake up. We worked out. We also ate breakfast. It was about health. It was about fitness. It was about women empowerment. It was about sisterhood. It was about all of our passion projects, or what we call pet projects, which mine was obviously advocating for women's voices through my platform that I'm going to be cultivating called Diaspora Diaries. It was also about, you know, hair, makeup. I remember at breakfast in the morning, I sat next to my girls, Buki, Chica, and Josephine, and we talked about this lace glue or this foundation or this primer. Like I got a lot of beauty tips just from this 1 week of camp. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, you know what? I love this beauty pageant world because yes, surface level people may think it's just about how pretty you are and whatnot. But if you're in pageants, you have to be so well-rounded. And I feel like I never knew that this was even my calling. Like I never knew that for everything that I stand for and the things that I care about outside of, you know, celebrity news and drama, that the pageantry world is literally everything Queen Chioma's platform is, just in an industry. So it's something I really want to dive into. So kind of circling back to YouTube, and like I said about the money aspect, if I just won $2,500 which is obviously a payment. I mean, it's not just for you to keep and use, it's for you to, it's a reward, you know, it's a stipend, so you can use it. But it's also to kind of further the platform that I have with what I want to do, that I was advocating for everything I already do. That's almost kind of like a sponsorship. Like, I get companies that pay me money to promote this or that or whatever. But imagine if I was able to continuously do this and get sponsors to kind of push the platform that I really want to have, that isn't just based in celebrity news and gossip and tea and blah, 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 blah. I know I take it to a different level where it's not just about kikiing, but like to a certain extent, we like to laugh and talk. So I'm like, I really want to expand my horizons. And when I looked at like the payoff for YouTube, I'll be very transparent. Y'all know I'm honest and I'm always transparent. But my like last 2 YouTube checks, and I can't say that I was being full-time at all because in all honesty, I was away, so I wasn't being consistent. But my last 2 YouTube checks, pretty much, let's just say the money that I won at the pageant is about the same price, if not more, than my last 2 YouTube checks. And again, I was not posting for real, but I'm just talking about YouTube. So when I put that into perspective, and I'm like, if I just won more money at a pageant than YouTube, my job that I actually put all this time and effort into, pays me for a month. And of course, again, not full time, but just when I'm at my bare minimum, I can do so much more. I can connect with so many other organizations, so many other brands. I can really use myself and this new title to really push myself even more than maybe what I can do on YouTube. And it just all fell into my head of, okay, like you need to kind of change gears here. And I had been doing this prior. I remember I had that live stream this summer where I kind of like broke down. I'm like, I feel so lonely. I feel so confused. I kind of feel betrayed. I kind of feel like I betrayed myself because I don't know what to do just yet. I haven't been networking. I haven't been connecting. I don't know where to go. I'm in a new city. Like, what should I do next? Like, what do I even do here when it comes to moving? And now that this pageant has come and gone, and I've made a few pageant sisters that live here in Atlanta as well, which is so great. We're actually going to be doing something this weekend. I kind of realized like, okay, that was just the storm. Now we're seeing, you know, the rainbows after the storm. Now we're seeing that there's so much more to do. Like, you don't have to box yourself into YouTube because YouTube does not care about me, period. Like, I literally have wrote YouTube, emailed, chatted, whatever with YouTube so many times to tell them like, hey, how can I be an employee essentially or independent contractor on your platform for years and still not receive the viewership that I feel like I deserve, still not receive, you know, or maybe I received the viewership and I peaked essentially. And then now I'm kind of on a lower end, no matter what I do, no matter if I change everything that everyone has asked me to do. Like, I have opened up the floor for people to tell me, oh, Chioma, well, your channel comes off messy, or you say things about other people. Who wants to sponsor that? People, the sponsors are sponsoring. Like, I make more in sponsors than YouTube. That's flat out. Trust and believe. Oh, like maybe you should take a different approach. Like maybe you should talk about these other topics. I've touched on other topics outside of celebrity news, and those topics don't do as well as the celebrity stuff. So no, that's not the case. Like, y'all may suggest that, but what people actually want to see or what's get pushed is not that. So I just had to be like real with myself and have a conversation and say, you're going to take this new title that God bless you with, that you worked so hard for, that you're just now realizing at the age of 28 that this is actually kind of your lane, and you're going to really go hard with it. And if that opens up other doors, maybe that'll be the key to open a door that isn't here. Because as much as I love the platform that I've built and I will always use it to a certain degree, it's just not the highest priority for me anymore. And I don't like saying that because I feel like power of the tongue is real, and I don't want God to hear this and be like, oh, that's what you think that, Chioma? Okay, I'm gonna remove this. No, that's not what it is. It's just I'm realizing that I have so many other talents and passions that as I age, it's just I'm kind of aging out of certain stuff. Like, it's frustrating to me to post something and then see people like completely twist your words, or post something and see people like make up a narrative that wasn't there, or post something and people do agree with you and you're like, okay, this should be a really good conversation, and this is really empowering for women. This is a good conversation to have for Black women, and then to see it not even get in front of the eyes of people that are subscribed to me. And a lot of times it's not my subscribers' fault. Hold on, let me get my baking powder. As always, I am baking with the Ben Nye Topaz. The only reason that I have not like changed to something else, because I'm sure there's stuff that's out there that's better, is because I bought this and was halfway here and I've been using it for years, and I'm not gonna stop using it until it runs out. Then I'll try a different product. But for right now, this is what I always use. Yeah, one time someone told me like, how are you still using Ben Nye? There's other products. If it's not broken, do not fix it. This works for me. So if you're gonna compliment makeup, I'm just showing y'all what I use. But yeah, I'll keep using it. Let's go ahead and bake. Let me see, do I have a mirror or something? I have a mirror right here, but it's kind of like far. All right, so yeah, so it's just kind of like eye-opening to see like just other things I can do with this platform. Like I've already been on here for almost 11 years on YouTube. December will make it 11 years that I've been on YouTube. A lot of people change jobs and they'll be at a job for 5 years, 7 years, but some people do be at jobs for 15, 20, 30 years. And it's not that I even want to quit YouTube. I think like when I say like I won't be on here eventually one day, what I'm saying is one day I'm gonna find something I'm just more passionate about, that I feel like the payoff is worth it, and that's where my focus will be, because that's just life. Like I'm just growing up and realizing like you don't have to stay in one place forever. You can literally move around and do other things. Like that's literally what the journey of life is supposed to be, is what I'm realizing. Like it's not just stay in one place and be stagnant. No, you can move around and do other stuff. So that's just kind of like how I see it. And I think this pageant experience really opened up my eyes to be like, oh, like there's so much more that you can do, Chioma. Like I wish I was doing pageants when I was younger. Like I'm definitely, if my daughter is a girly girl like her mama, if she, I don't have any kids, but if she's gonna be a girly girl, I'm definitely gonna put her in pageants, because it's not just about the beauty aspect. I'm not talking toddlers and tiaras. I'm talking like to be around women for just a week that you've only been meeting on Zoom once a week for a few months, and then finally get to be there and be so supported, so loved, so just felt seen, and everybody got to kind of like position themselves in their best light, but also be vulnerable at times as well. I think this has been the experience that I needed. Like I needed this. I wasn't gonna do it too. That's the crazy part. I saw the Miss Diaspora Nigeria USA platform the first year that it came out, and I was like, oh, okay, this is nice. You know, I always thought about pageants. I just didn't think I was a pageant girl, because I had to build that confidence. So the second year I was like, oh, okay, I want to get involved. Let me kind of do something on the back end, like with my YouTube, like hosting or, you know, red carpet, judge, something. And that's what I talked about with them behind the scenes. But I don't know, it just didn't amount to anything. I kind of forget whatever happened, if anything. And then this time, this third year that they did it, I was like, you know what? I've been seeing them for the last 2 years. Everything looks like something that I may need. I just moved to a new city. I think I sent the application before I even got approved to move down here to Atlanta. And then when I got to Atlanta, it was like, okay, audition. So I did the audition. It was like my first week living here, did the audition, which was a very long process. And then after doing the audition, the following weekend, I got the, you know, you've made it as a finalist email. So I was like, okay, let's go for it. Let's just see. The whole process, I'm not thinking like I'm gonna win, because there were so many girls that are like, I have sickle cell awareness, or I'm doing end hunger here, or I'm doing STEM in this way, or I'm teaching people how to garden. And I'm like, well, I'm a YouTuber and I talk for a living. Like I'm doubting myself. Let me do this eyeliner. But I'm doubting myself. Like my platform is like within the arts. I'm a podcaster. Like that's my thing. I don't think I measure up to some of these things that are kind of deemed more important. But we did have a conversation with the queen that won last year, Queen Oyamin, shout out to her. And she talked about how, you know, all of these things are important. As much as it's important for people to eat or to have support in their STEM or healthcare awareness, it's also important for people to feel like they can express themselves through art, through music, through modeling, which is my forte. So I felt way more empowered after she came and talked to us, because I was feeling like, who cares about talking? But that's my whole thing, is amplifying the voices of people, especially women, and especially Black women, because it's always been like Black women are silenced. We are told to shut up, especially in Nigerian culture. It's almost like women do not have a voice at all. We're not awarded certain privileges. We don't get things that are passed down because we're just women. That's exactly how it is. So I was reminded through this experience, like how much my voice actually matters and how much my platform has been really, really important, like really important overall to many women. There's people that email me like, Chioma, I've been watching you for years. Like, thank you for the conversations that you've had. And I get why y'all say that, because when I watch other creators, I feel the same way about their platforms. I'm like, when I've watched Lovely T, when I've watched Eloho, when I've watched Chrissy, when I've watched Tony Brienne, when I've watched Mayoa's World, when I've watched, who comes to mind? The Mademoiselle, that's my girl Ivana. When I've watched even Trace TV, when I've watched all of these people and I hear what they have to say, I'm like, these conversations are so important, because you remember the words that people tell you, and maybe not everything they say, but one or two things they say may stick out to you, and that stays in your mind. Being able to speak and amplify voices are important. So there's just new things that I want to do now that I have this title. There's so many other platforms that I want to reach. I'm looking to reach out to not just Nigerian, of course, this is a Nigerian platform, so that's kind of the priority, but just any organization. I don't care if you're here in Atlanta and you're a high school teacher, middle school teacher, and you want me to come speak to a group of women, a group of girls. Maybe you have a women's group, maybe you work at a shelter, whatever it may be, I will do it all. Like, this is a service position more than anything. So in terms of compensation, like, of course, if you have it, give if you can, but if you don't, at the end of the day, my service is more about my passion project. I don't necessarily need anything in return other than the fact that I've impacted people, because I feel like if I put my feet on the ground, literally put my boots on the ground, and I get in my community, whether it's here in Atlanta or I have to travel here or there, whatever, that's what makes me feel the best. You know, I've always felt fulfilled when I can impact people and see the impact of it. The politics of YouTube is that since there's money involved, since you pay taxes, since there's, you know, it's a job, and since people always are going to give their unsolicited opinions because we're just having a conversation, it gets annoying. I'm gonna be real. It gets frustrating. It gets draining. You know, I've been drained these last few days because of one comment that I made. I'm like, how could this comment cause all of this? So I'm like, okay, let's step away from that, delete, and let's just focus on the fact that you're a queen. Like, you really got a title, you really got money. And people talk about whether you have a big pageant, a little pageant, it doesn't matter. If you're doing the work of service and the work of God, honestly, it doesn't matter how small or big your platform is. And I had to realize that over this process. Whew. Now, this is a good conversation. To watch the full video and to see the final look, head over to my vlog channel called Chioma's Chat Room. The link is pinned down below. I'll see you all over there.
Chioma. Yeah, I love to hear my name called. Black beauty cutie coming back just like an 8-ball. Philly plays, then I go to Jersey, I'm the cake boss. Barking with my dogs, running through y'all like I'm Saquon. Oh, you again? OMG, I'm getting pissed off. I've been past you, I lapped you, coming fast just like I seesaw. Nigerian girl, I'm somewhere hot, might go and get my wrist frost. I hate a hoe who like to tell she staying at the Ritz-Carlton. Yes, I'm a 10, I really am a 10. I'm throwing bows, I'm swinging R's.